Hi, students. I just want to review a couple key topics from our presentation. What is blended learning? So the definition is that it's a formal education program in which a student learns in part through online learning with control over time, place, path, and or pace, in part in a supervised brick and mortar location away from home, and the modalities along which each student's learning path within a course or subject are connected to provide an integrated learning experience. So feel free to watch this video in the presentation to learn more about that. Also, blended learning provides the following: personalization, agency, authentic audience, connectivity, and creativity. So all of these elements are found inside a blended learning experience. And one of the key things that we need to know is that students become agents and owners of their learning process. That is the key in blended learning. All right, we will do this activity separately, and let's look at why should we implement blended learning. So we're in an age of acceleration in which technological change is outpacing human adaptability, and that comes from Thomas Friedman. Thank you for being late. So what's the solution? If we can't slow down technology, globalization, and climate change, our only option is to improve human adaptability to become more agile, more resilient, and more entrepreneurial. So let's take a look at this urgency to change. If you look at this photo here, you see the evolution of the employee and what it looked like in the past, and then what it looks like for the future. And you see a big shift in the competencies and skills that we're expecting our employees to have. So in this era of rapid change, we're noticing there's a growing gap between learning and working that follows high school. We're noticing students are increasingly needing broader and deeper competencies, and that these conditions must be addressed to meet the needs of today's learners. And so you can check out the article here. But definitely there is an urgency to change. And so how are we going to do that? How are we going to do this, right? Improve human adaptability. Okay, so are your students truly prepared for the world that awaits them? So here are some benefits of blended learning. You get the customized learning, so personalized, it's competency based, and it's anytime, anywhere learning. So definitely the age we're in now. And one more thing to talk about, what about technology? So technology rich is not the same thing as blended learning. And so you can see that graphic here. Blended learning means that students, as you've learned from the definition, are learning in part through online learning, and they have an element of control. So that's good that they have an element of control, because we can use technology to help do that. Devices are used to leverage the opportunity for personalization, and then classrooms fundamentally shift instruction in a way that provides an integrated learning experience. So that's blended. A tech-rich classroom would be students are using technology to do the same work at the same time. So there's really no element of control on their pace and their path. Devices are used to support the traditional instruction, and then classrooms may enhance traditional learning experiences. So that is the difference between those two. So we have the technology, but is that enough to effectively implement blended learning? And so I think you've covered a lot of material already, and you know the answer to that. Technology is used to meaningfully enhance and redefine instruction. Tech helps personalize the learning and empowers the student.